We had some interesting and some really great interviews this past year, and I'm so proud and happy to have gotten some really great martial artists on the channel. Okay, all right, Kung Fu Chronicles back again. Happy holidays. We're in the middle of those. Sifu Quasi in the building. And yes, we are wrapping up 2022.
Happy New Year.
And what's a better way to do that than with a countdown? In fact, I'm going to count down my 5 favorite interviews from 2022. But before we do that, let's go ahead and handle business. Like the video if you're into content like this, so of course we can make more of this. Share, share, share. That's how we grow. Let's grow, let's go, you know.
I know that's right.
All right, countdown time. We had some interesting and some really great interviews this past year, and I'm so proud and happy to have gotten some really great martial artists on the channel. All of them are really good, but I had to line things down to my 5 favorites because that's the point of a countdown. And if you've got your own favorites, go ahead and comment down below to let me know your thoughts on it. All right. 5. Choy to the world. That's my interview that actually started the year off, 2022, with Sifu Andrew Tracey, who's a notable Choy foot practitioner. Now, I had so much fun doing this interview. Went out to New York last year during the holiday time, and Sifu Tracey was gracious enough to invite me down to their studios. Got to chop it up with some of his students. We talked about a lot of stuff from his Kung Fu history to so much more. Definitely an interview worth checking out. There's a guy who really helped me after I became an instructor in Ying Jiao Pai to further my fighting skills. I really got down to the nitty-gritty with my fighting stuff and just different methods and ways to look at fighting and different perspectives on fighting that I got from Sifu Tracey.
If you want to really get good at this, after your foundation is set, you have to go out and experience more. With Cecil.
So much love there. 4. Grandmaster Diedra. Now this one's great because Grandmaster Diedra is not only is she a Grandmaster, but she's also a Grandmaster in the Kempo system under Sijo Steve Muhammad, who I interviewed a couple years ago, which that alone was a great interview. But to have one of his proteges, who is also, in fact, a woman, and that's also great to see a woman of color and someone who is a woman in the martial arts doing her thing at such a high level. It was really good to chop it up with her about her history in the martial arts. She was also part of the police force for a while, you know, and even wrote her own book called The Glimpses of the Warrior Within. I strongly advise you guys to check that one out if you haven't already. I'll leave the links down below so you can go ahead and do that. And final shout out to Sister Diedra, because she's the one who actually did link me up with Sijo Steve Muhammad so I could do that interview.
I just love karate. I would eat, sleep, drink, breathe. That was just my thing. It was just the dojo. That was all I was really focused on.
So props all around.
3.
Grandmaster Dennis Brown. So most people know when I say off the bat, the Capital Classic, which is a major tournament that goes down in the DC area every year, and it's hosted by Grandmaster Dennis Brown. Grandmaster Dennis Brown is not only a disciple of Master Willie Lin, who my Qigong knows very well, and Grandmaster Lin is a huge practitioner of Tianchen Pai as well as Tai Chi, so he's noted for both. But Grandmaster Dennis Brown is under him and has come up along the ranks, building up his legacy and also his good name. Starting his own school out in the DC area that he's kept for many years. Basically took that school over from Grandmaster Lin, and since then he blew it up and made it his own. No doubt about that. So really a great time speaking with Grandmaster Brown. And I can't be remiss because I have to give a shout out to Sifu Ron Wheeler, who did actually make the connect for me so that I could interview Master Brown. You're gonna learn a lot of history, but really it's basically a chance for me to speak to a legend, basically an icon in the game. So I had a great time, and the guy was really down to earth, so love that.
It was rough in the early days. Nobody wanted to study with some guy named Dennis Brown. They thought I was a reggae singer, you know.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. I won't come down on you.
2.
Sensei Cecil Peoples.
You know where the jungle is? And I go, yeah, I know, I've been there. He goes, tell them not to go to the jungle. Okay, don't go to the jungle.
All right, this one kind of goes without saying because Sensei Cecil and I got connected through my friend Sifu Gus Gates up out of the village, who you guys already know. We do a lot of great fun stuff with them, including our Debunk the Junk series and all that. Had a great time. So props to him for making that connect in the first place. And then Sensei met us out at Sifu Gus's Kun, his school, and we just had made a day of it. Sat down, did the interview, had some food after, chopped it up, and I'll tell you, my recollection of that really was just fun, just all out fun, because not only is Sensei a great storyteller, and he'll just kind of get you immersed in his way of telling his stories and his old school stuff, how he trained, who he trained with, who he knew, who he still knows and talks to, and his referee days and all that. And I never ever got bored, and never once felt like he was bragging or boasting. It was just basically sharing his recollections and his strong passion for the martial arts. So that was a really great one.
That is? And I go, no, it's my first tournament. And he goes, he said, that's Steve Sanders. And I was like, really? And he goes, yeah. He said, man, you know, we had 2 black belts and Arnold Yukidis. And Steve went through them like Grant went through Richmond.
Okay, before I hit you with number 1, I think it's only right that I hit you off with a couple of special mentions, because, you know, obviously I had more interviews than we have numbers, but I did want to mention a few interviews that didn't make the list, but still were really great. First one's going to be Sifu Harinder Singh, who's a Jeet Kune Do master and a really good dude. We talked on Zoom, and that was really fun. Sifu Singh is world renowned for his skill. He does a lot of seminars, and just an all-around good guy. Very, very, very talented dude. So I really give him props for taking the time to sit down with me doing the interview. Another one I have to mention is Sifu Raul Ortiz from the Northern Praying Mantis system. We got to chop it up, and that was a lot of fun as well. So props to both of those guys. Probably not a shocker, but just have to throw it out there for the record. This one was so good I had to break it up into 2 parts. And probably my first real, true legendary status interview, but Master Don the Dragon Wilson had to be one of my favorite interviews this year. Not only because Don the Dragon Wilson is such an icon in the martial arts, kickboxer galore, action star, you know, just talented, all in all talented martial artist, but real humble guy, just down to earth dude. And with a lot of these people that I mentioned, I think the best part about doing these interviews is dealing with people in the arts that are just humble. They have more than enough right to be braggarts and boasters, but they're not. Everybody is just humble. They're skilled, but very humble. And that's how you know that they really are true to the art. They're not about the, yeah, I'm so good, I'm so that. They're just really people that want to propagate their systems. They have passion for the arts, and Don the Dragon Wilson was no exception. Had a really good time. He had so much to say.
But when I went to the whole start, I said, you know what? I'm going to study this martial arts. This stuff actually does work.
So I broke that thing up into 2 parts. We mainly talked about his martial arts career and also his movie career, and that deserved to be a 2-parter. So I hope you guys get to check that interview out. But here's the deal. It's really up to you guys now. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your comments down below. Was there an interview that I missed that you guys thought was better, that should have been on the list?
Maybe.
Give me your gripes, give me your thumbs up, whatever it is you guys like. I'll take it all right? And really quick reminder, guys, don't forget to follow me on all of my social links here, and everywhere. And if you guys would like to support the channel even more, I'll leave that Patreon link for you. And I do so appreciate each and everybody that does donate, no matter big or small. It's all love. And with that, guys, roll in the new year right. Be safe. See you all in the next year. And as always, keep punching. Happy New Year.